Nigga deaf, bonjour, baruni, ni hao, ching tao, assalamu alaikum. Nigga deaf, what I say, kastamida, grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. If you're listening, then that means that the universe gave you favor and you're here to live another day to work towards getting yourself right. Yeah, my phone always doing the most. It don't go off as much as it used to. My name is Kaya. I am your hostess today. And like I said, welcome to Yeah, I Said It. And the topic today is going to be about uh, how the devil gives gifts too. I think I did a previous video. If I didn't do a previous video about it, then I know for sure that I mentioned it in a video. But, it just kept, the spirit just kept telling me, God just kept telling me that I should do another video. Because, sometimes when you're teaching people or uh, entertaining people or whatever, contact with people, sometimes you have to do things more than once, okay, before it is actually registered. So grab your drinks, your breakfast, because I'm going to grab my wine, my wine. Yes, I am, my red wine. And I don't recommend that for you guys. This is just how I'm programmed. My body is used to it. Plus I drink, but I ain't getting all drunk and nasty. Like what the fuck? I look at it like this. That's what I keep telling people, and that's why I just stay to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got some shit to say. Everybody got a question because I notice every time you turn around, there's somebody in the comments asking some shit that you don't want to just come out and ask because you don't want to look like the person that's saying it. So you get other people to ask it. I've been picked that up, but I just spoke on it just now. Like, that shit is so fucking whack. Won't you just say it yourself? Like, I know it's coming from you. I'm not stupid. Like, but anyway, I'm not going to get petty because I could be so petty. But all I'm going to say is I don't care what nobody thinks about what I should be doing and what I should not be doing. I can care fucking less. Okay, my own mother birthed my ass, took care of my ass, and all of that shit, and I can care less. I can care less. You know why? Because God gives me the free will. All this shit is free, even though we're being charged for it. But you take on whatever you want to pay, and that's just that, right? Right. But that's one thing I'm not going to pay for is my free will. I'm not paying for that shit to the point where I'm worried about what people are saying. I'm not worried about that. I'm saying something because is annoying. It's nothing else other than what the fuck I just said it is. I don't need nobody trying to guess what they think. How the fuck you gonna guess who the fuck I am? I'm the motherfucking one who's living in this vessel, this vehicle. Matter of fact, this vessel, because my vehicle is is in that soul, is wrapped up in the soul. So this vessel, this temple, this house, my body is a castle. Fuck a house, a castle. But don't worry about me because I look at it like it's just a sneaky street way of trying to discredit a person so that when that person becomes successful or head towards that way, or when you start noticing it, then you can go ahead and conjure up this bullshit that you're feeding people. You're charging people for a plate of shit. You feel me? Don't the fuck worry about me. I'm not angry. No. I just speak up for myself. I know bullies on levels, and that's what it is. It's bullying. And guess what? You got the right one. I promise you, you got the right one. The right one. So, moving along. I took a sip of my wine. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and it just was like all I started seeing was worms. Everybody started looking like worms. That's not good. That's not good. Like y'all boldly like having conversations about me in front of the world, and then it's sad because most of them don't even know what the fuck y'all doing on the low. But don't worry, I got some divine, untouchable backup, forceful backup. That's what they told me to say. Okay. But anyway, let's get along with this message. This wine tastes kind of sweet today. Shake that up. I know I shouldn't shake it up, but sure, get the terminology they use. But and I be sipping. I don't even like one. I think not even one whole glass, but one real big glass of wine. That's all I have a day. I just sip it. I've been getting twisted, and that since I can't even remember in my late 20s, because I didn't start drinking until my late 20s. But it don't take a lot for me to get, you know, to that point. I like it where I'm just nice. All that fucking impulsive ass drinking where you throwing up and all of that bullshit. Like, no, I used to do that when I was drinking alcohol. And like I said, I came a long way. You don't know me. You don't know me. Even the people that I be around don't know me or used to be around don't know me. They thought they did because I was people pleasing, trying to, so they don't know me. They know the drama that I had going on, the bad shit. People always know the bad shit, right? But for the most part, you don't never hear me up on here slurring words, fucking talking like I'm intoxicated. Like, come on, think. Instead of just watching one of my fucking videos without commenting or liking or subscribing, because all I see is one big room or a group of people, and somebody takes a device and they watch my video and they record it so that everybody can watch it. You feel me? Versus chiming in on my videos because you don't want to chime in on the videos. That's gonna get me views. You don't want to do that. I see that too. Oh man, but anyway, welcome, my subscribers. Welcome. Hey y'all. Sorry about the little rant. It's just that that's just me. You know, I'm not gonna bite my tongue. When I get to a certain level of watching the fuckery, then I'm gonna say something. I'm telling you, I got some. I don't know. I don't know even know what to call these people because they watch me too, but they don't follow or anything or nothing like that, comment or anything, even still content. But you get some of them that's not still in the content and actually giving me a message. And I'm listening. I'm listening. And what's good and valuable and usable, it'll be strutted out. It will be reevaluated and then hopefully utilized. Voila. Yeah, right. So I want to talk about these doubles. I'm telling you, y'all, they got gold chains. You know what I'm saying? They might look good, they might smell good, but it'll be enough to attract your ass, depending on the level of what you think is worthiness. Uh, that's worth attention. That's worth all of those things along that line. You know what I mean? So they have all these things wearing wolf clothing, but you can't see them because they have gifts that the devil has given them to cover that up. You know, I'm gonna use an example. God just gave me an example. Thank you, God. I remember when I was freaking hoeing in Jersey, right? And when I go out of town, I don't normally fuck with niggas like that. Like I'll be cool with them and shit, but like fucking with them, like being with them and shit like that, I don't do that. You feel me? So there's one guy, he had money. He had money, y'all. And how I know is because everybody else told me, and then he would come in the bar, you know what I'm saying, that I would be in and spend this fucking money, right? So I was like, okay, me and my gold digging days. I'm like, all right, he trying to holler. He popular, all right. So the bitches didn't like me. They didn't like me because I was taking money out their mouth. You feel me? So they didn't like that. So they wanted the worst of me. And I knew this. So I'm like, hold up. Especially when a nigga cool with them too. Like, get the fuck out of here. You probably brought that nigga up in here around me and around some other people too, probably. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they get down like that in Jersey, in Atlantic City. So I was like, all right, you could come. You could come scoop me up. I mean, matter of fact, don't come scoop me up. I'll come outside and talk to you. So he was blowing up my phone and shit. First, he was blowing up my phone. So he's like, come on, come chill with me, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, nah. And the room that I was renting, because I had an apartment, but I would go out of town to hoe, and I would rent rooms for like the week or the month. Shit, it's cheaper with the month versus the weeks. So I would get monthly rooms. So this one bar I used to trick in, the guy, the owner, was trying to holler, but I ain't fuck with him though, cause I was like, fuck that, no, like that's gonna fuck up my money. I ain't got time for that. But I would have my way with him. Like he would, I would have what they call that, seniority. So I would get away with a lot of things, and people started noticing that, so they started like getting real down and dirty with it. You feel me? Like being real shady and really lying to the owner where he didn't want me, in his club. So that was fine. I didn't give a fuck. I really, it really wasn't a big deal. So, um, anyway, so the boy, he came. We wasn't allowed to have guys. You know what I'm saying? Like come in. They weren't allowed to come in, and that's because he wanted to fuck us. Because they only put girls up in here that he liked anyway. Let's be real here. All right, I ain't gonna say his name yet if I ever have to say it, but right now God not telling me to tell names. Plus I'm not into that anyway, like that. And that's a person comes to me. But anywho, so or did something like to the extreme, and I still wouldn't. and all of that. So basically, I'm not into that. Anyway, so moving along. So I was like, all right, I'll come sit outside. You know what I'm saying? All right. She was like, girl, he got money. He got money. You know, he got money. And I was like, all right, that's cool. I don't give a fuck. I ain't impressed. I've been around plenty of niggas that had more money than him, I bet. Okay. So, I mean, look what we driving. Like, so that's how I know. So, and not saying his car was a piece of shit. It wasn't. It's just that, I've been around. I've been around. So, so I'm sitting outside. I get in the car. So while I'm in the car, I notice this stench. And I'm like, why the fuck it smell like that? I'm like, yo, why your car smell like that, yo? So he was like, all right, let me open the sunroof. You know, no, because he tried to turn the air on, and I'm like, no, like I love fresh air. Like I got to be hot as fuck, sweating and irritated sweat for me to turn the air on. Other than that, I want all that. So I'm not really into that. So I was like, oh no, just open a window. And then I'm looking like, plus, if anything go down, I can jump out this bitch. Cause I know him like that, and all I know is how what I go through with men. Because men just think when I meet them and be around them and chill with them that I'm entitled. I mean, I'm entitled to. I mean, they feel like they have entitlement. Like I got to holler at them, I got to like them, and all of that other shit. That's why niggas back in the day got their feelings hurt when they took me around their homies, and I was liking their homies. Like I said, we was friends, nigga. I knew what the fuck you was gonna be when I said that shit. Like, but you felt like I had, and I got to talk to you because you like me. Okay, well, you like me. I like me too, bitch. And what is the point? Like I said that to say. So I'm in a car and I'm bitching about the smell. So I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be in this car long. So something was like, God was like, something not right. Cause he went to give me a hug, and it was like his pores, like it was like the smell that came out of his pores. And I'm like, nah, that don't, that, I mean, come on, I've been tricking a lot. That don't smell right. And he wasn't trying to be a lick. He was trying to, I don't know what he was trying to be, but he was trying to take me personal. Like, a lot of niggas wanted to talk to us hoes because they figured they could talk to us and, act like they like us, then they ain't got to pay for no pussy. You feel me? Or no dick suck. So I was already on that. So I wasn't trying to hear that. If a nigga wasn't spending no money, I wasn't trying to hear a motherfucking thing. Unless I looked at you as somebody I wanted, to be with like that. Not what you felt, but what I felt. And in order for me to feel that, I have to see that that's the direction that it's going. Because I used to fuck with clingy niggas, and that was okay. But don't be clingy, and then when you finally go out by yourself, you messing with some bitch. Like, come on, what nigga? I was smacking. Let me shut up. Anyway, so uh, I was like, all right, well, I'm ready to go to bed. I'm tired, you know. So I departed, So I goes in, I ain't gonna lie, I'm lying. I went in. I'm ignorant. I went in. I know. I said, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta pee, because he would not like. He didn't want to hear. Oh, I want to. Like no, I don't want to go. I'm cool. Nah. I just met you. He wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. And I'm like, something not right. And then, like I said, I hugged him, and it just was this aroma that came from his pores, like from his flesh. So I was like, all right, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, let me go to the bathroom. Plus, I want to get an L because I want to smoke. He's like, I swear to God. So I go. upstairs. So one of the girls that I was going to mess with when I thought about being, like trying to be with a girl, but God just was convicting me like, bitch, it just didn't feel right. Just to get that nut off, it felt good. But after that, it was like nothing but guilt. And that's how I know it wasn't meant. And that's how I knew that that's not what God, you know, is agreeing with. So, anywho, you know, she was the so-called baddest one before I got there or so. And I'm not saying I was the baddest one, but hey, at that time I was hmm, I was lit. But anyway, so I um I was low key with my shit. I wasn't one of those hoes that like to be all out there, and that's why I didn't win that lawsuit when they threw me out naked in that club. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't the type that be posting that shit and all of that, so I didn't have any proof. And the guy, they blackmailed the guy. They gave offered him whatever they offered him not to defend me. So he figured if I'm not going to give him 50% of what I'm about to get, then he's just gonna side with them. So I let God deal with him because he had a heart attack. So he'll be having a lot of other attacks too. So, and I ain't gonna do nothing. I just know, and how I know that because God handled him when he stole from me when he moved with me. And he moved with me, I rented him the room. The intention was to rent him the room, but he figured if he tried to fuck me, that we would be a couple and he wouldn't have to pay. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here. I kicked that nigga out. The fuck out of here. And he stole from me. He didn't get to spend everything he stole. And how I know, because I found it. He hid it in my shit in my room, in my guest room that he was going to stay in that was empty. But I had a whole bunch of balls. And God said, empty the balls out, because I wanted to give them to the children so they could play with them. So I dumped them all out so I can, count how many and know how to, divide them amongst the children, you know. And voila, what fell out? My fucking money, the amount that I was missing. So I knew the nigga was a thief. So I already knew that he had to go. When I seen that, I was like, nah, you gotta go. And when he thought I was gonna lose my apartment, he was quick to roll out. And it was a him, not a us. So I was like, oh hell no. And I guess what? I end up in that apartment that I've been in that apartment for years. That was the only apartment I had in Florida. Okay. But he thought I was getting kicked the fuck out. Stupid ass nigga. I had to test a motherfucker, you feel me? Motherfucker find a fucking stupid fucker. You gotta test motherfuckers sometimes. You gotta fuck waiting for it. Put them through that fucking test early. Huh. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying make them kill somebody and just prove their loyalty. No fuck shit like that. You know what I mean? But I didn't, I just was intoxicated that night. I had just got finished fucking somebody up that night. Yeah, I had to, I think that was the young girl I had to, smack up. I ain't even smack her up like that. I just three-piece the ass. But anyway, he gonna have his day. Trust me. But anyway, I wasn't gonna do nothing with the money, but get a business or a house, and voila, I'm blessed with not only a house, but something that been in my family for over 40 years. Like 50, something like that. Oh, in the 70s. I got the name. I gotta look it up, but yeah, they got this house when it was first built. I think my family was the only owners of this house. And if they wasn't, it was one other person. Because this house was built, not, it was built in, I think, the 70s or something like that. Anyway, so I always got some stories, I'm telling you, boy, people be trying me. But I said that to say, so I'm talking to Shorty, the one I thought I was going, try to, be with or whatever. So I was talking to her real quick, and she was like, "Yo, that nigga got AIDS." I was like, "For real?" I was like, "Oh hell no, bitch!" So I was like, "Good looking out," you know what I mean? Because she looked at it like, "Bitch, I'm fucking you." So, but I only fucked her one time. But you know what I'm saying? And I ignored it after that because I felt guilty. You know what I mean? I guess she thought I just hit just the. So that was like a little beef. I whatever. But anyway, but that was good looking out. That she told me that shit, and he just kept blowing my phone up, and I'm like, nah, I'm tired. Like, I really don't feel like it. And after that, I blocked that nigga. Like, get the fuck out of here, yo. He was knocking on the door and shit. I'm like, oh, this nigga really want to give me that shit. That's why y'all gotta be careful when motherfuckers be trying to be pressed. Yo, that shit to me, that shit gets scary to me. When niggas start getting mad because you don't want to fuck with them and shit like that, I get scared because I'm like, what you trying to give me? The fuck out of here. But I thank God, and I said, damn. I thank God that I hugged him because I told her, I said, damn, because I was wondering, it smelled like his fucking pores. It was like his flesh smelled kind of funny. She was like, girl, that's probably that medication. I was like, oh, they was like, yeah, he used to look different. Da 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 da. Start giving me the nigga whole fucking mo. I was like, oh my God. I was like, yo, I had mad respect for them bitches after that because let's be real here. They could have waited until, to see if I was gonna fuck them. You know what I mean? Or had sex with them or some shit like that. But I was like, hold up, his skin smelled funny. So I already knew, like, nigga, you opening up windows in your car or having to turn on the air because of your pores, like, get the fuck out of here. And it wasn't his clothes because he smelled good. It's just that I happened to smell something else and it smelled like sickness, like dead ass. Like, I don't know if you guys ever been around somebody that had AIDS or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I forget the boy name, but even if I knew his name, I still wouldn't say, his name, because that wouldn't be right. You know what I mean? But this nigga get money. I don't know about now. You know what I mean? But I was like, damn. So the devil give gifts so that his minions can attack. And they don't just attack physically or with magic. They attack with diseases, y'all. They some of them will get in a fucking relationship with you, knowing that they a whole woman beater, man beater, knowing that they just they it's like, oh, like looking at a nigga, you like, damn, he look cute. He look real cute. If we was to ever get in an argument or fight, he'd be cute looking with a black eye, with gashes all in his flesh, you know, or her flesh. I mean, these people when they, like that's what I got out of a man beater. When I say let me correct myself because I said in videos, oh yeah, I'm a man beater. But let me make myself clear here. These are niggas that turn around and hit me first. Okay. This not, it got to the point where, and once you hit me first, it's times where I took them back, yes. And then after that, I would be the one, would attack after that. That's how that went. You know what I'm saying? So, or they would attack me, but at some point I start doing the attacking first too. You know what I mean? But for the most part, these are men, you know. Well, I'm lying because there's times where, I was just that ill, and that's it, mentally. That, some men I did hit because I remember my ex boyfriend, I fucking attacked his ass, the producer boy, that's dead now, and it fucked my cousin's sister-in-law, stepsister, little shady shit like that. So haha, you know. But I hit him and he was like, oh no, he shut that shit down, like, don't hit me. He hit me back on my arm. I was like, oh, okay, he gonna fight me back. I was like, I just was so mad, and that's not the kind of relationship we had because that was like, I think that was like really like around the last year and we was actually, dealing with each other. So I was with him for like 10 years and I just got sick of the shit. Shit just piled up, that's all. But, I don't just go out just, you know, for the most part, these men attack me, you know, ripping me up and shit, thinking it's sweet, and then that little shorty like me, boom, 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 and they shot, fuck out of here. So, but I will say I can count on one hand. I have, like hit them first. But for the most part, they hit me first, and then we would get into another argument. I got to take them back, and I would get the hit because I already know you going. That's what you going to do because that's what you into, bitch. So I'm going to tackle that ass first. So I've been in relationships like that, but he thought that his money was going to, you know, get me to open up my legs. And, you know, when I was doing those licks and things like that, I, I did I did my most of my licks were crackers. That ass. Most of my licks was crackers. Because niggas wasn't paying that kind of money. And to me, it was just business, you know? It wasn't nothing personal. And I figured, hey, take their money and spend it on my people. And that's what I did, you know? That's how I looked at it. That was my mindset. My mindset wasn't like, oh, they better. No. I'm gonna get this nigga for his shit, this cracker for his shit. And we gonna go out, we gonna have a good time, y'all. We need something, we need food. What you need? That's the vibe I was on, you know. So it was, once in the blue, I'll fuck around with a nigga. Like when I started going in them black environments, because shit, when I got around the black people, they didn't think that I was hood, black enough. Because I was a skinny bitch and I couldn't really move my butt like the big butt girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, the way I danced, it wasn't like a black girl. You know what I'm saying? So, and it wasn't like a cracker girl. It was like I was in my own little fucking lane, but I was lit, you know? So, trust me, plenty of girls came to me wanting me to teach them. And I just didn't want to. It wasn't that I was hating or nothing like that. Like, I know what I'm doing not right, and I'm not going to do this for the rest of my life. So, if I help somebody, is this something that I really want to look back and say, I'm proud of that? Like, no. I want it to be something that's worthy, that's feasible to the Most High, God. So that's why I never, and that's to the ladies, if you ever have to chime in on any time and, in life, and that happen to come across my video and you experience um, that around me, if I was to ever grow and, or whatever, and then, people know people and all of that, and, that's why I never taught y'all. I didn't want God to punish me for teaching you how to sin. Teach your fucking self how to do that. But I can teach you how to do something that'll be good for your soul. I wasn't the one that always, like people, you never really smoke weed. Yeah, if you never smoke weed, you ain't smoking none with me. Because I'm not gonna be that person you said that you tried that shit with, and like I'm not on that. I'm not on that. That's not me. But anyway, they use these things, y'all. They use their platforms. They use all kinds of things to trick you. Ooh, look at you. Thank you. Deliverance. What's me doing a video without giving me delivered, right? Yeah. You know, I know when God is convicting me of something. I know when God wants me to stop doing something. I don't need your opinion. And I know a lot of y'all be like, oh, she crazy. She be, all over the place when I'm talking. No, you know why? Because I'm hearing those thoughts from people before they even come in this live. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know. It's just, I don't know where that comes from. And I'm not going to say it's a gift. That's something we all do. I would assume so. But I'm responding to future comments, on and off of the chat. Some people have a comment but won't comment. They'll keep it to themselves. I'm one of them people. I do it like, oh, I want to say something so bad, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I got comments, but I'm not gonna say nothing. So little pieces can be helpful for that person. So that's why I speak all over the place. My brain just goes and the spirit tells me to say it and I say it. You know, don't worry about me cursing. You cursing too. Trust me, them spells you fucking talking. You speaking English, you talking, you're cursing too. The fuck out of here. People fucks me up. You don't like what I'm doing. And I had to go back to that because all I keep seeing is is this individual head shaking like not approval. I don't. First of all, I don't fuck with judgmental people. And let me make myself clear. I'm not trying to be in nobody group. I have my own shit I'm trying to start. Let me make myself clear. I have my own tribe I'm trying to start. So I'm not trying to jump on nobody else's fucking shit. I'm good. I'm cool. You feel me? So basically equals I don't need your fucking approval for any fucking thing. You're a human equals meaningless to me. I can care less. Period. I can care less. I promise you, I can care less. Because I'm like, oh, what they think I'm trying to be in a group? I'm trying to be in a little tribe? No, I'm starting my own tribe. But what I will do is I'll treat yours accordingly, meaning you respect me and I'll respect you. Anything outside of that, it will be what it's going to be. I don't want to fuck with you, and I pray that you don't want to fuck with me. I don't want to be your enemy, and I recommend you not be mine. I'm not on here for no beef, but I'm not on here to be bullied. And I'm not on here to be boldly played. You got me fucked up. And to take all y'all dingbats to try to come at little old me. Wow. Like I said, God is my husband, and I am his wife. And I can care less about you not liking God. And that's another thing. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, baby. A lot of people that don't like God or don't like the word God are people who don't know God because God has not shown himself, herself to you. So of course you're not going to believe. So when God was giving me this video to do last night, God was saying to me, showing me, okay? So when I say God said, I'm actually seeing it being played out, like literally, like like you're watching TV. So when I say God, that is definitely what I'm saying. When I say that, that's why I say, oh, God didn't say that, because I didn't see anything. If that make any sense, that's what I've been noticing. Because I've been trying to like tune in, because I just be doing me that I don't try to analyze things, but I did analyze that so far. So um, I seen wickedness. I wasn't scared. That's my water. I wasn't scared, not at all. But I'm just confused. That's the only word I know to use, but I'm not literally confused. But I'm trying to understand What is all this for? What is the purpose of you all conjuring up all this shit on little old me that's not even thinking about your ass? For real, for real. I'm only reacting on what I'm seeing and watching and hearing. Seeing, watching, same thing. Forgive me. Hearing, watching and hearing. See, I got my little avatar there laughing because this is my soul is just laughing. God is laughing at y'all. That's crazy. Well, God not laughing at y'all. God said, no, don't tell them that. God not laughing at y'all. God shaking that head, shaking them frequencies. It's ridiculous. My question is why? For what? I don't give a fuck about your money. I don't want your money. I can't take anything that belongs to you. So what is the problem? What's the real beef here? What's really good here? I don't want power over people. I just want people to hear the powerful things I'm saying. That's the difference between y'all and me. I don't care about controlling other. I don't want to control no fucking body. I just want to help people see the good side, to address them, to cure their emotions, their feelings, their trauma, not health, because I'm not a herbalist. I would love to be one. I'm learning little things, but in that case, we all herbalists, right? So, like I said, I'm learning. I would love to be an herbalist, but anywho, moving along. You know, 11:15. Herbalist. Ooh, healer. Mm, interesting. Anyway, I really didn't want this video to be long, but it ended up being long. But it's just a lot going through my mind, and you people need to worry about what's really necessary versus trying to figure me out. I'm unpredictable. So, and I'll switch up real quick, like real quick. Once I see the shade and the, you know, and I'm uncomfortable, I switch that shit up real quick, like dead ass, dead ass. That's why I moved around a lot. I'll move too. Like, where I gotta go? I gotta move. Oh, that person know where I live at. I gotta move. Like, that's how I used to be. I don't want to keep seeing this person. I'm out. Roll out. Didn't care. Start right on over. Like it's nothing. Being wasteful. I'm so wasteful. I hate that about myself. I dislike that. I got to work on that. Even with food, I'm like, oh my God, like my eyes are bigger than my stomach. I had that greedy mentality, but I share it, if that makes any sense. Like I overindulge things, basically. No matter what it is, I do too much of it. But that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like I went from drinking a half a gallon of vodka in 2 to 3 days, and then be at bars buying drinks. Well, getting people to buy me drinks. You know, then you know. But I think that's damn good. You know, I'd rather drink my wine, my full glass of wine a day, versus fucking vodka. tearing my kidney the fuck up. I don't drink soda or nothing like that, so all I drink is water and wine. Once in a blue, I'll drink juice. And I had to go back to that. All right? So don't worry about me drinking. And furthermore, I'm not asking your fucking asses to buy me shit to drink. So why are you worried about it? Why? Why are you getting your followers or your squad members to ask questions that you want to ask me? Ask me. Ask. Because I got to change my Instagram information. I closed that account. Because that was affiliated with the old group that I was in. Well, I wasn't even in that group. It was just that, I would chime in on them a lot, and follow them and things like that. But I'm neutral. You feel me? But once I just wasn't liking their vibes and seeing that they was just negative. And then, narcissists, young and old, foreigners and non-foreigners, just foreigners, because everybody foreigners to each other, work on that one, thank you, deliverance. But, I just closed that one down. I was like, fuck that. So I haven't put up and post, so I gotta change all that. And the Facebook, I don't even get on that Facebook account. I don't even get on Facebook like that, period. Like, I get on there once in a while. That shit just whack to me. And yeah, I had another channel. I had a lot of followers, but I just shut it down. I don't give a damn. If they meant to connect again, they'll find me, right? Or I'll find them. But yeah, I always close my accounts. Start new ones. I'm good for starting over. Start over. Start over. Start over. It just became you know, just became part of my life. Starting over. Starting over. Starting over. That it became a norm. Starting over. So, yeah. But anywho, I'm gonna leave y'all on that. What it's like without love and laughter. You gotta hug yourself, hug a tree, hug whatever, and don't try to be like me. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Spread out what you like, and then mold it and finesse it with all of you. And I guarantee you, it'll be amazing. You're just as amazing as I am. You gotta understand that. You gotta see it. And trust me, there's a lot of things in me that I don't see that you all see. And I don't see it because it's not for me to see. It's for you to see. God shows thyself through his people, her people. You know? So stay safe, stay alive. And like I always say, if you're not using 100% capacity of your brain, and you're not, especially coming at me, you can't be. Okay? Then you're stupid just like me. If you can learn a lot from a dummy, then you're stupid just like me. Okay? If you got to learn in general and you don't know everything that exists, you're stupid just like me. We're in class, school. So get your head out your ass because it don't smell good because you're eating pork chops. Yes. So I seen meat. So anywho, yeah. So get your life right. Don't worry about mine. I'm doing what I need to be doing. Don't you think that's kind of? I never understood that about people. How the fuck are you worried? That's why I don't worry about other people because why would I worry about you? Me worrying about you is going to take the focus off of me, and I'm not going to be able to reach where I need to reach. It just doesn't make sense. That's not a connection at all on no level. Get it together. Stop worrying about how I'm moving. I'm not trying to lead your ass, and I'm not trying to come over here and take people that's following you because your flock is your flock. My flock, we not naive over here. We not naive over here. We see shit for what it is over here. And if they don't see it, they're gonna learn. They're going to learn. Over here, we're going to be able to identify these demons. Equals dance around their ass. Equals party. In the end. Yeah. So, huh, worry about yourself. Worry about your children. Worry about your family. Worry about your business. Worry about your enemies. Because I'm not one. I don't give a fuck about you. But stop worried about me. If you're not trying to help me, don't worry about me. And your criticism is not helping me. You know why? Because I know what the fuck I supposed to do and need to do. And if I don't know, God is going to tell me with no fucking hesitation, with no empathy, because it is God. God said, I am God. I don't have to anything, but I will do this and that and that and that and that and that. Now, enjoy your day. If you're in Philly, shout out to Philly. You know, enjoy the rain. Deuces.